Hello everybody and welcome back. Zombie Invasion has been... Okay, it's not Zombie Invasion anymore, it's Omen Queller. But it is back, our favoritist mode, and we are going to have a look and explore. So, the first thing we do when we go into a new mode is we have a look at the ranking, and we see if any meta has already appeared. Of course, you are probably looking over here at the right of my screen and you are seeing that I have in fact, yes, already been playing this for quite a bit. But if we dive into the ranking and we look at these unbelievably high scores that people have been getting, as you can see here, I've been getting in the low 8,000s and I'm just pushing to get that 10,000, but people are already over 2 million. Well, this one person, well done you, is over 2 million, and everyone else is in the 1 million, high hundreds of thousands. But the meta that does seem to be appearing, and I dislike using that word, but this seems to be what it is a combination of the frost and the physical abilities. So, we are going to drop in, we're going to mimic what we've been seeing, what people are using in the ranking, because that is a good way of doing it. But first of all, we are going to look in the gallery, because they have done a lot of updates. So now, because we've got a change in hero, we now have these cavalry based things as opposed to the multi-shot, the penetrating shots of the previous version. They pretty much work the same, to be honest. There's a little bit of flavor change. Some little abilities are different, but if you knew the old mode, this is what we are basically getting at here. So, you've got your penetrating shot, you've got your multi-shot. That is what we are going for. These are going to increase the basic attacks with the Blitz Slash, which is going to benefit things like your Frostbolt and your Fireball. And these are the big sweeping attacks, which are going to hit many, many people. And we've also got the full breakdown of the potions, which is very nice. We've got these fusion skills, which I'll get onto in a second. And we have all of these wonderful new blessings, which are the completely random abilities. Now, what I would suggest is you take your time just to click through all of these and have a little look and acquaint yourself with them. But whenever one of these pops up in the middle of the game, you will get a good look and you'll be able to read through and make a decision before you pick them. However, fusion skills are the really important thing that we have now got, because this is going to really affect how your game plays, and some of these abilities are really, really sickening. Again, it depends on what you are taking, but based on that, there is a lot of variation in this game now. And some of the ones that I've noticed, things like the combining of the dark abilities, which give you plus 300% damage. That is such a huge amount relatively. But the ones that we're going to be concentrating on at the moment are the physical and the frost ones, because that is the ones that people seem to be focusing on at the moment. And some of these are really dribbly, and what I'm talking about in this case is this cavalry charge one. Summons one cavalry when Ice Bomb hits the enemy. Now, if you know anything about these abilities such as Ice Bomb, you are going to be getting so many Ice Bombs firing out by the high levels of that. You're going to get these cavalry appearing very, very quickly, and let me tell you, it's going to get very bright on your screen. But let's dive in, and we are going to go and just have a little mess around and see how well we are able to do. So, dropping in what we have, Timely Help and Spend Ahead. Now, not the best ones to begin with, and again, as I always say with Zombie Invasion and with this new mode, if you don't like what you've going, you don't have to play it on. You can simply just restart your game and go on. But right now, I am going to take the Spend Ahead one, just because I want to get those extra 2 blessings, and well, the amount of XP that you're getting at the start to go through these levels can really, really quickly build up. So we're just going to take that for now. And Unstoppable Force, a beautiful, beautiful ability. Whilst the ultimate is going, your crit rate is going to be at 100%. And if you get your rage generation high enough, you are basically never not going to be on your ultimate, which is really good. Unstoppable Force is an absolute must. And Timely Help, so we get the other option that we could have had, which is fine. Now, let's just have a little look whilst we are going quite slowly. We have these are our loot bags, we're going to just drop that there, and these are all of our various abilities. Once again, much like the previous zombie invasion, we have all of our details up here that you can pay attention to. Various masters and things that you're going to be getting, so you can track exactly when your awakened skills are coming. A really important thing to note is there is only 30 waves. We are no longer chasing that mythical 200 wave from zombie invasion, which makes this so much nicer and quicker. A lot of people were complaining just how much time zombie invasion took. That is now resolved. And speaking of time, we now have the ability to speed up the game. Another wonderful little addition that I really like. So now we have our abilities coming in. Right, what we want to take, well, we want Frostbolt to start with. These are all the various things that we are definitely going to be taking in this game. And then I am going to take Blizzard, and hopefully we are going to get one of the physical ones dropping relatively soon. There we go, we've got Cavalry Charge. We will take that. Now, one thing I have noticed is the enemy seem to be much more likely to make it to the fence, at least until you get your abilities going and things get more powerful. However, that really doesn't seem to be as much as a threat as it was in Zombie Invasion, which is very nice. So you don't have to worry about keeping them at the back of the field, because that really isn't going to affect you as much. So that just takes a little bit of the load off. So we're just going to drop through these, increase our abilities normally, and as per usual, if you want to check on exactly how your stats are doing, they are down here. Just click on the hero tab, and if you want to check what abilities you have already got, just click down here and you can see. And again, just at the top here, you can see how much damage your various abilities are doing. But we are just going to be stacking up our damage, increasing the number of abilities and things like that that we have. Reaper is always an absolute must. And we are going to have a little bit more on the old Blizzard there. So what are we going to take here? Well, I want to restore Rage because we want to get as high as possible. We're going to take some Winter's Bite, some more refreshes, so we can tick that on. We don't have anything doing dark damage at the moment, so that is kind of pointless. Increase our single target, and that will do us for now. I'm not wasting refreshes trying to get that final ability. Let's see what we've got. Summons one Blizzard when we cast the ultimate. We don't already have that, I don't believe. More Blizzard damage, and enemies continuously lose percentage of their health when frozen. I am going to take that just because I want as many Blizzards as possible. Let's see, increase the attack chance, trigger Ice Bomb. We will be taking that one. Let's expand our Blizzard range because we've already got that one. And I think we want taking some Cavalry Throw. And I want to take Multi-Impact, which is going to drop us to our first Awakened skill. Let's have a look here. Double the base number of the cavalry. Not going to take that just yet because we can still increase our number of cavalry. So much like Ice Bomb and Fireball, we can increase our basic number through various +1 abilities, and then we will take the Cavalry Legion ability to get a big double towards the end. I think I'm going to take the Cavalry Surge just to get that many more hits and that AoE damage. So here we go. Cavalry cooldown, Cavalry crit rate. I'll take that. Once again, the boss has made it to the fence, which isn't that much of an issue because it's not really going to do much for us. Let's take Reaper with the Ice Bolt to increase our attack speed. Always nice to have. And we will increase our single target. We'll take another refresh. Not going to bother with these two. Don't really apply to us at the moment. Increase our ice damage. And I think we'll just hit another refresh. See if we can get anything. Crit rate, I would normally favour crit rate. But because we've got that unstoppable, we are basically going to be running at 100% crit rate for most of the time. So I'm going to take more ice damage. And we will increase our Ice Bomb by 1 as well. Let's go with some... Ooh, let's deal 100% AoE damage on the first one we hit. Very nice ability. Extra Excellence, I think, is the one that we are going to go for here, just because that cost is... that's going to hit us harder more than it helps us. So I will go for this just for the chance that we are going to get these extra skill picks, because those skills are what we really want. And these golden horses here are the ones that we are going to be paying attention to, because killing those is what is going to give us our tasty loot. I'm not really bothered about what abilities are stacking or not stacking at the moment. That is something that we can work out in the long run as we play on through the game. Let's expand our Ice Bomb range, and here we are. So, I want to increase the duration of the ultimate, because the more time we have the ultimate, the more time we have that 100% crit rate, the more damage we are doing. And let's take Frozen Judgment. That is the first ability, and that is most likely going to combine with one of these other abilities very shortly once we level them up. Let's reduce that just so it gets even more powerful. As you can see here, the boss and quite a lot of enemies have made it to the fence, but it's really not doing much. Increase the cavalry. Let's restore some rage, more AoE, bit of luck, fresh again. More AoE. Ooh, if I'd have paid attention then, I would have gone for that greatly increased ice damage, but I've missed it because, well, I just wasn't paying attention. So, lesson learned. Crit damage, that again. Let's hit another refresh. More of that. Again, I would normally be all over that crit rate, but I'm not going to do it. More refresh, and I think I will just keep it there for now. Let's increase our Ice Bomb quality. Fierce Impact, that's a very nice big ability. And yes, we do already have Fierce Impact 1, and this is probably going to surpass that. So that is a good idea. Plus, it's going to hit 10, which means we are going to be able to choose one of these Awaken skills, which is very nice. And I think I will take this moment to double the base number of cavalry, and hopefully this is going to trigger one of the combined abilities. There we go, skill fusion, and that is giving us summon 1 cavalry when Ice Bomb hits the enemy, and we have a lot of Ice Bombs going off. Right. We get to choose another ability here, and I'm going to go for Fireball. These things are important because the way this game is currently working is you fight these first 30 waves, then you get the boss rush, quite like what you see in the Immortal Codex, and that is when you are going to be scoring all of your points. So the first 30 waves are basically to build up your abilities ready for that point, and when we get there we'll talk about that a little more. It only lasts a minute and it's really fast, especially with the increased speed, but that is the ultimate aim of this mode. Let's take some more attack, let's take some more refreshes, and we will go for a final ice damage. Very nice. And as you can see, all of these stampedes now flowing through every single time one of our ice bombs hits. Let's take that ultimate blowout just so we get even more Fireballs hitting, you should see them going off really quickly alongside the basic attacks. Mega Cavalry, lovely ability. We're going to take that, just because it's going to hit more and more and more. And this is where it's going to get quite bright continuously. So I do apologise for that. Do be cautious, of course, if you're sort of sensitive to that kind of stuff. More AoE, more XP, another refresh, I think. Greatly increase the ice damage. And we will skip on. Very nice. Let's take the Ice Cone Pursuit and more Mega Cavalry just to increase the size. Dashing across that field. Let's take Blizzard Chill. Not that the enemies are really going to be alive long enough to do that, but it is going to allow us to get one of these, and we will increase the Blizzard damage frequency. Ice Dominion, thank you very much, and here we go. Not fusing with anything at the moment, simply because we don't have anything else that is able to do so right now. Now, here we go. Each shop purchase has a 70% chance to randomly increase one of the following attributes. Or the Goblin Market. I think we will be taking a Flux of Destiny. Now, as you can see, we're getting on towards 30. And the enemies really aren't making it that far. And Moore is taking a load of damage as he comes in. Doing the ultimate has a chance to trigger 2 consecutive fireballs. I believe, did we already take Overdrive Blow? Yes, we did, and we've got a better one. So we'll leave that one, and we'll increase our Blizzard duration. Let's take some XP, let's more damage, more attack, some more refreshes. Significantly increase luck. Yes, we will, thank you. More ice damage, more attack. Quick refresh, and let's go for more attack, more of that, and we'll take some more raid. We're aiming to get our cavalry charge up to 15. Mega Cavalry, yes, yes. Here we go. What are we going to take? Let's take multi-impact again. And we have just absolutely destroyed that boss. Didn't really even stand on the field. And let's take one final one. Let's go for some. And we are just about to tick to wave 30. Final boss incoming. Didn't even stay on the field for any amount of time, really. Let's go for one more Ice Mastery, some more luck. Let's take some more XP, and we'll take a final one. Oh, why not? Let's take more XP. See what that gets us. Aha, very nice. Let's take Reaper, and I think as a final one, we will take Overdrive 2. Got a regeneration as well. Why not? And just finishing off this final wave here. There we go. And we have the final elites coming in. And this is the boss rush. This is where you are earning all of your money. And you have that 1 minute to just plow damage into them. And it looks like we are definitely... Yep, we have got to 10,000. Very nice. And this is just where we are getting all of those big bags now. Are we going to hit 20? I think we are. Ooh, yes, just hit 20. Okay, so it's nowhere near the 2 million that people have been achieving, but I'm pretty happy with that. And what you can get in these bags is pretty tasty. So I'm going to go open those. Hopefully, especially with the big ancient summoning coming up this weekend, I'm going to be getting a lot more of these. That is what I am going to be hoping for. So, thank you very much, everybody. We're going to be learning more as this event continues, as this mode goes on. And of course, check back, drop a like, drop a follow. I will be continuing to develop my strategies for this Omen Queller mode. And hopefully, together, we'll be able to work out exactly how we can reach those high scores.